Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Hiroga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Important things are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework plant. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bedlight for Monday, October 3rd, 2022. Yes, it's October out there already. It's cool, it's cold. The summer is gone. The summer is past. And yes, it's still more days behind us, less days behind us from summer. We can only move in one direction. So we've got quite a while before summer comes around again, at least for those of us up here in the northeastern United States. Poor Mama Prey. Poor Mama Prey misses the summertime, but she doesn't miss Florida this particular weekend. Obviously, I have quite a few family members I have not heard from. Now, the only thing is, in any given month, I rarely hear from them. So I'm not worried yet. But it's starting to get to the point where I haven't seen any Facebook posts, any updates, any pictures. One person I know in that part of Florida has posted a few pictures. Everyone else, nothing. I'm starting to get a little concerned. I am. But I just hope they're okay, because what other option do I have? So big hope that the half of my family that chose to live in the Cape Coral, Fort Myers area of Florida is still okay today, and I really unfortunately don't know. The Random Menace, who's been a Karogan, a member of Karoga since the very beginning, since that first day, 25 months ago, says, "Greetings from the future. PSA, OJ on toothpaste is criminal." OJ, as in the juice. Not the juice that's but the juice. And Captain Fandom Nerd, an 8th month friend of Kuroga, says, hail on Kuroga. Hashtag Dear Bop time. Very soon, Captain, soon. Don't want to jump to Dear Bops right away. John Araki was first in the chat. Qapla. Thank you, John Araki. And then Stan Lee says, if it don't fit, and is there any, because today, October 3rd, 27 years ago in 1995, October 3rd, 1995, it was a weekday. I was in high school. I was in high school social studies class when the verdict came in. OJ Simpson acquitted on this day 27 years ago on the murder of his ex-wife and that guy, Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. Yeah, it was a big day. We had maybe about 30 students in my social studies class. 30 students, 27 of them were believed he was guilty, and myself and 2 others did not. And holy shit, when that came in, wow. I'll get back to it, but now understand, I'm not saying he wasn't guilty. I'm saying he couldn't be found guilty. And I'll explain it, and I stick by that to today. And I bet you, if you don't understand why, and you come to today with an open mind, I will change your mind. I will change your mind, because it's pretty much a cut and dry issue once you know the facts. And you just don't know the facts. Yes, Mom will pray. What'd you say?
I was saying I'll be right back.
Mom will pray. Will be
But
back.
I have one thing to say on that subject.
Mom will pray has something to say on the subject.
I was in an area, let's just say that if he had been found guilty, I don't know if I would have made it home safely.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mom will pray was in an area that let's just say would have been prone to rioting had he been found guilty, which is a shame, but that's the truth that we all lived with. We all lived with at the time. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello. Gorilla's Random Thought says, hey everyone, I identify, meaning he identifies as being first in the chat. Okay, Gorilla, you are now first in the chat. John Araki, sorry, it's the way things go. LDG, free the net, hashtag free the net, waves, welcome LDG. Richie Poole says Qapla, Richie. And John Araki says almost 30 years and they still haven't caught the killer. I know. The real killer is still at large. John Araki says hashtag salty Laura Berto Prey sandwich. You know what? I think we have the real killer. Richie Poole says Dear Sop, but I'll settle for Dear Bop. Mike Richards says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Captain Phantom Nerd says greetings to Mike. Says greetings back. John DeMarco says greetings to everyone. OJ just donated $1.49 and says, hey brother, you know I'm innocent of murder. Now I did pay you to take care of them. Thanks, Uncle Paulie. Hail Kuroga. It's possible he paid somebody to take care of him. I'm not saying that, but we'll get to that. Captain MKG says, "Oh, mute during meetings. I hope you have a great day and stream as well." Thank you, Cap. And guys, if you don't know, Captain MKG has starting his day with a beautiful city skyline stream. I know a lot of you used to like when I would stream the game City Skylines. It's basically like Sim City. So if you like when I used to do it, tune in to Captain MKG. Make sure you're subscribed to him. Make sure you click the bell icon. And every morning, most mornings, he will be streaming the game and you can watch or do whatever it is you want to do. I even started playing the game a little bit more recently because he's been streaming it. So do check out Captain MKG. Also, there's this channel, and I'm putting this channel in the, please, guys, subscribe to this channel. It's called Jim's Landscaping LLC. I had never heard of this channel until this morning, but I visited it at the request of one of us, one of you guys out there in the YouTube Star Trek nerd community, a friend of Kuroga, if you will, somebody out there. And Jedi Bill gifted a friend of Kuroga membership. Qapla, Jedi Bill. Thank you so much. We'll see who gets that. And another membership. Did you gift it twice? Or is that when Yitza Lemons has gotten the membership? Awesome. I don't know if that's 2 memberships. It looks like it's 2 memberships you gifted. Jedi Bill, thank you so much. Yitza looks like he got one of those memberships. And Yvette got one and Yitza got one. Thank you so much, Jedi Bill. Yvette and Yitza now members for a month. Very cool. But for the link I put in, and it wasn't Jedi Bill, but one of you guys out there approached me and said, "Listen, Bird, this Friday I'm going to be on this guy's channel." And I looked, and sure enough, besides being a landscaping channel, he's also a Star Trek fan production channel. And he has a number of fan produced Star Trek shorts, not YouTube shorts, but just short stories on video. And, they've got uniforms and stuff. It's basic. Not the fanciest backgrounds, but they have backgrounds, they have uniforms, and they're doing Star Trek fan productions. And this guy, who you would all know, he's going to be in a fan production this Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on this channel, whose link I just put in. And he didn't want me to use his name, but he did ask that I spread the word. So I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you will know who it is when you see them. They're going to be in that stream with their first part in a Star Trek fan production, live fan production. And they would ask that any of you guys who of interest be there. I will do my best to be there, though Friday after 9 p.m., I'm not 100% sure I'll be awake, but I wanted to spread that around. And even at the very least, please subscribe to the Jim's Landscaping, because he is a nerd YouTuber through and through, and he could use an extra subscriber or 2 or 10 or however many we can send his way. So please do. And this Friday, check out his Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern live stream. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. And then Yvette and Yitza got their memberships from Jedi Bill. And they thank him. LDG with his memberships using the Bird of Prey, the General Chang emoji. Mike Richards says it's OJ. No, that's not. General Chang is not OJ. Thomas Potts says hello to Jedi Bill. Anyway, so 27 years ago, O.J. Simpson found not guilty. People say, oh, not guilty doesn't mean innocent. It sure as hell does. Okay, it's exactly what it means. Okay. But like how could this travesty of justice have happened? Right? There was DNA evidence, there was the bloody glove, there was the fact that OJ tried to run, there was all these things. Obviously the guy was guilty. And to this day, I'd say 90% of people honestly believe the fact that the bloody glove didn't fit over the rubber glove that he had on his hand when the stupid prosecutor, for some ridiculous reason, decided to ask him to try on the glove. Like they were going to and it fits like a glove. As if they didn't know that they weren't going to allow a human being to put a dried, nasty, blood-covered glove directly onto his skin. Okay? Obviously, they were going to have to fit him with some fucking rubber glove that they had to put on his hand first, and then put on this nasty, wet, dried blood leather glove that you could just fucking see was clearly not going to fit anybody's hand. I don't know what the guy was thinking, but they did it anyway, and the fucking glove barely fit. Or it doesn't fit. I guess I'm innocent. So we got if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. And I'd say 90% of people honestly believe that's what lost the case for the prosecutors. And if that's what you think, I'm sorry to say, but you're wrong. Okay, the case was already over. The case was already over, whether the glove fit or it didn't fit, whether the prosecutor asked OJ to put the glove on or didn't. The jury had already made up its mind, and frankly, they made the correct decision because, and this wasn't reported, or at least as a kid, as a teenager, I don't remember this being reported in the news, but you can look it up. I've looked it up. It's abso-freaking-lutely true. Okay, I've got the web page. That's Wordle. That is Wordle, but that's not the web page. And the Roanoke Times. There's many others. Understand, we were dealing with 1995. Okay, this happened September 7th, 1995, almost a full month before the actual acquittal came back. So it was decided in my mind Thursday, September 7th. So it was probably the day before, probably Wednesday, the 6th, or early on Thursday, the 7th. I'm not sure. 1995. This is where the case came completely apart. Okay. When asked if he planted evidence, Mark Furman, the lead detective on the case, pleads the fifth. The lead detective, the head cop in charge, okay, of the person who is meant to bring OJ Simpson, who finds the evidence, the top person in charge, Mark Furman, LAPD, has one fucking question to answer. Mark Furman, did you, Mark Furman, plant evidence against OJ Simpson in this case? That's all he has to fucking answer. Did you, Mark Furman, not do you know of somebody else? Not, is it possible? Did you, Mark Furman, personally plant evidence against OJ Simpson? And if Mark Furman stood up or sat down at the box, raised his hand, and said before God, no, I didn't personally plant evidence against OJ Simpson, then maybe things would have gone differently. But Mark Furman, for whatever reason you want to try and believe, Mark Furman couldn't answer, no, I didn't plant evidence. He didn't say, yes, I planted evidence. He said, I take the fifth. What is the fifth? The fifth is your constitutional right to not self-incriminate yourself. Does it mean that you're guilty? No, not necessarily. And we can thank Captain Picard for that famous TNG episode where Admiral Sati at the link, with a single link, a chain is forged, and binds us all irrevocably. Where the Worf has to say, but he didn't answer the question, therefore he's guilty. And Captain Picard says, no, Worf, no, we can't make that. The doctrine against self-incrimination is one of the most important things in the Federation Constitution. And as such, he really meant to say in the American Constitution, okay? By law, by history, by American tradition, we cannot assume that just because somebody pleads the fifth, that they are necessarily guilty. However, abso-effing-lutely, if somebody pleads the fifth, it is most certainly reasonable doubt. It is the definition of reasonable doubt. And if the person in charge of convicting me can't stand up and say, I did not plant evidence, if they have to say, I plead the fifth, because if I say that I did plant evidence, if I'm truthful, I might be opening myself up to legal action against myself. So that is the definition of reasonable doubt. And that day, on September 7th, a month before the bloody glove, that's the day OJ, to me, not proven innocent, but clearly proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he might be innocent. And it is that reason, and that reason alone, that I agreed with OJ being acquitted. Because it's not whether he did it or not, it's did they do things right? Did the prosecution follow the law? It's not enough to get a guilty verdict. You have to get a guilty verdict and follow the law. And if there was any type of shenanigans going on, then I am happy a guilty man goes free than we ever risk an innocent man go to prison. That is the nature of our court system. And I know if you're the one whose family members of the victims, it's a shitty situation. I understand, but believe me, it would be a much shittier situation if a guilty man got punished than an innocent man. If an innocent man got punished, then a guilty man go free. And unfortunately, we know even in our system, innocent men do get punished, and women. It's not necessarily just men, but innocent people do, unfortunately, get convicted. But we err. We try to err on the side of caution, and well, it is what it is. So that's what I've got to say. Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey. How was your internet date yesterday? Thomas, I'm not aware of this date that you seem to know about. I would kind of curious. Mike Richards is Bird of Prey. No, OJ is in the Star Trek fan film. If OJ is in this Star Trek fan film, then I would watch it for sure. OJ, of course, being at his best in the Naked Gun series of movies, and if they ever do a new Naked Gun, I do hope that OJ is back. John Araki says Jim's Landscaping and Uncle Paulie's Waste Removal Company, a combo so good it should be illegal. Lord Thoth says Qapla, Qapla. Lord Thoth, great to see me. Great to see you too, Lord Thoth. Yitza Lemons is Wordle of the day. Wordle word of the day, glove. No, I'm sure it's not. But I guess it's as good a word as any to start with. Okay, we got an O in the right spot. Stone. No, stony. There we go. Okay. We've got an S at the beginning, an O, and an N. What do you mean, what, Mom? Snock? Yeah, we're doing today's Wordle. S- s- Nose. Snows.
No. No, you're not doing today.
What do you mean I'm not doing today's Wordle? Those aren't the letters? Okay, let me refresh the page. Oh shit. I hadn't refreshed the page. Oh no. Wow. Okay. So S is still here, N is still here, but O is not, W is not, and there's no second S. Um, hmm. Sh- in- Shine. Shine. Okay. So we got the N. We have S blank IN blank. So it's not glove. It's not glove. Stink. Stink. To be stink. Fuck. It's not stink. It's STIN. Sting. Sting. It's sting. You got it in 4. Okay. Not bad. That's what happens when you play Wordle without refreshing the page. It was,
Oh.
yeah, okay. Good thing Ramo Frey was here. Because otherwise it would have started out with the bad word and it never would have finished. It would just have screwed us. It would have screwed us royally. You always got to refresh the page. So it is, besides OJ Simpson, Remembrance Day, Acquittal Remembrance Day, it is apparently on October 3rd, Mean Girls Day, because why do mean girls get a fucking day? Apparently they do. You can't sit with them, but you can celebrate them on Mean Girls Day. How about a big FU to mean girls and they don't get a day at all? National Boyfriend Day. It's a day to let your boyfriend know how much he means to you. I've always heard that day called Steak and a Day. And it's the day after Valentine's Day. But I guess October 3rd, National Boyfriend's Day. Ladies, you have a boyfriend. For some reason, you're not married yet. You have a boyfriend. Let him know how much he means to you. It's Boquerquin Battle Victory Day. On the Boquerquin Battle Victory Day, patriotic events occur all around Paraguay. What the fuck? It's Buy British Day. Time to fill your cart with the best British products. And don't forget the tea. Wow. Earl Grey. Hot. It's Durga Astami Day. People gather on this day to perform Garba and wear colorful costumes to honor Durga Astami. It appears to be some type of Indian god. All I just see is the multiple hands, and I'm thinking it looks like Vishnu, but who knows? That could be something. I might have been very sacrilegious there. It's Francisco Morazan's Day. Francisco Morazan is one of the most memorable figures of 20th century Central America. Wow. I wonder who the other 19 are. Apparently he's from Honduras because here he is. The day honors the President of the Federal Republic of Central America from 1830 to 1839. It's Iraq Independence Day. And no, not the day that the U.S. Uh, freed them from the oppression of Saddam Hussein, but the day their anniversary from independence from Britain, which is weird by British Day. It's Labor Day in Australia. Boy, the workers in Australia were the first to achieve a reduction in working time without a salary cut. Boy, that's because they had the roos working the picket lines outside the bars. The roos were on strike, and you couldn't pass the picket lines without the roo punching you in the face and the balls. That's how you had to, if you wanted a beer, a Foster's, you had to face the roos. That's why we got our 27-hour work week. It's National Child Health Day. Family income is a major factor in the health of children born both physically and mentally. Yeah. It's National Consignment Day. For everyone that likes to be on trend and still live green, this day is for you. I don't even know what the fuck it means. National Kevin Day. Calling all the Kevins, today is your day. It's National Kevin Day. National Techies Day. Hey, that I could get behind. Let's crunch on some technological history and facts as we show you a high-tech future. I like that. Tag der Deutschen Einheit. National Unity Day. Wow, that sounds dangerous. Bring down the walls that keep us from coming together and celebrate German Unity Day. National Wide Awakes Day. On National Wide Awakes Day, that's not even proper English, we celebrate the American youth movement that helped elect Abraham Lincoln. What the fuck? Now I'm starting to doubt the election of Abraham Lincoln. Great. Nepal Maha Astami. Didn't we just have this? Honor goddess Durga and celebrate the triumph of good against evil on this Maha Astami. It's also World Architecture Day as we get a picture of the Louvre. Today we appreciate the great architectural works of the ancient and modern worlds. I prefer the ancient. Yeah. So let's check a quick news check. Oath Keepers sedition trial. Mom, pray at the door. It's our cameras off. Ukrainian troops overrun Russian forces. Death toll from Hurricane Ian tops 100. As the search for survivors continues. Very sad. Iran's Kamel backs police over Masha Amini protest. Wait, isn't that what I just read? Petraeus says U.S. would destroy Russian army in Ukraine if nukes used. Oh, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have used an accent with that. That was fairly serious. Supreme Court takes up a divisive issue. Should tech companies have immunity over problematic user content? That's a good one. Supreme Court to hear challenge to big tech Section 230 liability protections. That's actually really interesting. Court blocks 13,445 pirate sites proactively to protect one movie. Holy shit. A court in India, I don't give a shit already, has granted the most aggressive site block junction in the history of copyright law. In advance of the movie Verka Vedam premiering in cinema last Friday, a judge handed out an injunction and ordered 40 internet service providers to proactively and immediately block an unprecedented 13,445 sites. Well, you know what? Don't care. Sorry, India. Star Trek, what is the Worf effect? Isn't that when somebody beats up Worf to prove they're a big, strong person? How did Star Trek's mighty Klingon get his own TV trope? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Whatever. Nothing to read here. NASA's Ingenuity helicopter spots foreign object debris on Mars. NASA's Ingenuity Mars helicopter spots debris on its leg on latest flight. I don't get it. I mean, obviously they're not saying it's from outside of Mars. Acquired this image using navigation camera. Cameras mount the helicopter's fuselage and pointed directly downward. The image was acquired November 6, 2021. Footage from Mars helicopter camera reveals a small piece of foreign object debris. During a portion of the Ingenuity Mars helicopter 33rd, a small piece of foreign object debris seen in footage, see video below. The foreign object was not visible from the nav footage the previous flight. The FOD is seen in Flight 33 navcam imagery from the earliest frames to around halfway through the video, when it fell from the leg and drifted back to the Mars surface. All telemetry from the flight and a post-flight search shows the transfers are nominal and no indication of vehicle damage. The Ingenuity and Perseverance Mars 2020 teams are currently working to determine the source of the debris. Well, how do I know when is the start of the video? What's the piece? Is that the piece? I don't know. Okay. Well, I guess that's interesting. Supreme Court declines to hear MyPillow CEO appeal. Parent of Marist College student fatally shot at New York hotel during school's family weekend. God, that is very disconcerting. Hurricane Ian devastation likely to worsen in Florida as rivers continue to rise days after deadly storm. Jesus. Brazilian election goes to runoff. Let's see. Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine is awarded to, I can't, what the fuck? 2 A's next to each other, both with dots over them. I don't even know how to begin to pronounce that. New York City migrants pile into vans they say are headed to Florida for Hurricane Ian cleanup. Why polio, once eliminating, is testing New York health officials. Well, geez. I wonder why we've got polio again. New York, New Jersey USPS workers arrested in $1.3 million fraud identity theft scheme. Not surprised. Wall Street closes with sharp gains as final quarter begins. California law forces most companies to provide salary info in job ads. Not the worst. Not the worst. I mean, if you're going to put out an ad, you might as well put the salary. Microsoft's Exchange Server 0-day mitigation can be bypassed. More Microsoft Exchange exploits in the wild. Man, that would have bothered me if I was still working where I used to work. The Exchange server was the hardest server of them all to keep up to date, to keep working. The Microsoft Exchange servers were the worst. The Google Pixel 7 Pro specs leak online. Good for them. I can't believe they even bothered with a Google Pixel 6a. Will Smith film Emancipation will be released in December. Well, then let me know when it is. Bros had a disappointing first weekend at the box office. Oh, who saw that coming? Kanye West wears a White Lives Matter shirt. Okay, Kanye. House of the Dragon viewers outraged over scenes too dark to see. HBO defends them as intentional creative decision. Where have we heard this before? Oh shit, that's right. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. This is why I'm not watching. Because we've already seen the problems. NASA's SpaceX Crew 5 mission to the space station. Official trailer. But NASA's to put out trailer videos now? I'm not watching. Incredible telescope view captures DART asteroid impact. Bullseye how DART hit an asteroid 7 million miles away by aiming for it. After amazing run at Mars, India says its orbiter has no more fuel. No, that's too bad. Jupiter and Saturn visible in the night sky throughout October. Health flu shot this fall.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it. Suggest you do. Biggest ever bird flu outbreak means 48 million chickens have been culled across the UK.
Thank you.
We could be in for a severe flu season. Okay.
Hey.
Giant super neurons discovered in super Agar brains. What the fuck? Okay, this one I'm going to read. Super neurons discovered in super Agar brains. Aging Alzheimer's brain memory neuroscience, Northwestern University. According to a new study by Northwestern Medicine, neurons in areas of the brain responsible for memory were significantly larger in superagers compared to cognitively average peers. Postmortem brains of superagers reveal significantly larger neurons in the memory region. Superager neurons are even larger in those individuals 20 to 30 years younger. These neurons do not have tau tangles that are a hallmark of Alzheimer's. Larger neurons in the brain's memory region are a biological signature of superaging trajectory. Is superaging a good thing or a bad thing? Sounds like it's bad, but I'm just not sure. Neurons in the anthorial cortex, an area of the brain responsible I don't know. Responsible for memory were significantly larger in superagers compared to individuals with early stage Alzheimer's disease. They were even larger compared to individuals 20, 30 years younger, who aged 80 years and older. This is according to a new Northwest medical study. The superaging neurons did not harbor tau tangles, a signature hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. A remarkable observation that superagers showed larger neurons than their youngest peers may imply that large cells were present from birth and are maintained structurally throughout their lives. We conclude that large neurons are a biological signature of the superaging trajectory. The study of superagers with exceptional memory, was the first research to demonstrate that these individuals carry a unique biological signature that comprises larger and healthier neurons in the anthorial cortex that are relatively void of tau tangles. So you do want to be a superager. The Northwestern Superaging Research Program studies unique individuals known as superagers, 80-plus-year-olds, who show extraordinary memory, at least as good as individuals 20 to 30 years their junior. Interesting. To understand how and why people are resistant to Alzheimer's, it's important to closely investigate the post-mortem brain of superagers. They want your brain. Now, you're very smart up to the day you die. Can we have your brain for testing? I don't know if I'd give that away. I honestly don't know. But that's interesting. It's not you, it's your ad blocker. Oh, guess what? I don't fucking give a damn. History Channel, you already gave me what I needed. Okay, let's check the comments and then we'll get to Dear Bops. What do we got? No, it jumped. Mike Richards is Bird of Prey. No, OJ's in the Star Trek fan film. John Araki says Jim's Landscape. I read that. I read those. Wordle of the Day. Glove. No. Lord Thoth says Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. WTF. John DeMarcos is pleading the fifth rant. I think this is a new one. Drumhead. Yes, the Drumhead. John DeMarcos says, so you're saying OJ's acquittal is Picard's fault? Well, it's not his fault, but they were right. They were right. John Araki says, a Star Trek fan that vehemently, goddamn it, vehemently gets behind and argues the technicalities. John Araki says, how droll. Pop Culture Curator says, hello, guys. Hello, Pop. Mike Richards says, OJ approaches Bird's front door. Dan Ben, hello, Dan. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey. My in-sources say you, Naomi, and Cinnabon had a date yesterday, which is why none of you stream. I certainly did not have a date, Thomas. Nor did I have any physical connection to any Naomi nor Cinnabon yesterday. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. Lord Thoth, live long and prosper. LDG says, wait, we don't have the same Wordle. Yeah, I didn't refresh the page. Dan Van says, you can't spell glove without love. That's true. LDG says, those aren't the letters. Pop Culture Curator says, Stony is the correct spelling. Thomas Potts says, Vertebrae, you already know the answer. You looked them up last week, cheater. I knew yesterday's answer, which was leave, or the day before, but I only went 1 or 2 words ahead. I had no idea what today's was. Stanley says, what was the V? Words and Pictures is STTNG, suits OJ theme nicely. The Random Menace is Vertebrae. Fun fact, OJ was rejected for the role of Terminator because he would not be a convincing killer. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Mean Girls is a film, I know, but I don't think this day had anything to do with the film. Stanley says, verdict, just a coincidence that nearly everyone involved with Simpson's defense unfortunately passed away at a relatively young age. Johnny Cochran, I mean, was he 60 or 65? Stan Lee says, it's my fault, salesman lunch, steak and legs. That's Stan Lee. Dan Ben says, the picture was from the film Lindsay Lohan is in the middle. Oh, it was from, okay. Pop Culture Curator says it's pronounced Brokering. Stan Lee says, though personally eating a gentleman's club is a bit questionable. Stanley says, maybe it's not lots of hands. Maybe they're just moving really fast. Thomas has never heard of him. Darth Maul says, lift the screwdrivers up in remembrance of OJ beat DNA Evidence Day, where if he was 3 years later, he'd be doing life in prison. No, he wouldn't, Darth, because if he couldn't answer, if the cop in charge of the investigation couldn't answer the question, did you plant evidence, yes or no? And the cop in charge has to say, I plead the fifth to did I plant evidence? Then there is no good jury in the world would convict a man. Whether it was today, yesterday, a week from today, a year from today, if we've got the same Constitution we have today, they found the only thing that they could have done was found him not guilty. Stanley says, mission accomplished. Cation Mel says, fun with Burr. Stanley's Vertebrae National Consignment Day. Is that like National Get Someone Else to Do Shit for You and Take a Cut Day? That's basically what it is. Okay. I thought it maybe be a good day for Vile Mike. He does consignments. Yitza Lemon says, Deutschland. No. Random Menace says, my badge is golden. No other colors available in the future. Pop Culture Curator says, clickbait. That is all NASA is. Mike Richards says, Bird's Kerbal Space Program made it to Mars. Dan Ben says, the truth is out there. Pop Culture Curator. I don't know what that looked like, a condom. I don't know what we're talking about. Dan Ben says, it's a Cardassian. As much as I like the Toy Story films, he has no interest to watch the film Lightyear. Cajun Mel says, kill the birds. Dan Ben says, as child parts of Lion King films were appealing to me, I have no interest to watch the prequel. Darth Maul says, when hearing about the death of Nicole Brown and Rod Goldman, Michael Jackson said, I'll take care of the children. Mike Richards says, MCU's newest superhero, Super Ager. Darth Maul says, what is OJ Simpson's computer password? // escape.
Thank you so much.
Darth Maul says, OJ Simpson being interviewed the other day. The reporter asked if he considered getting married again, and OJ said he had thought about taking another stab at it. Robert Kardashian was OJ Simpson's lawyer, and thus began the family tradition of getting black men off. Oh my God. Oh my God. Darth Maul said if Robert Kardashian hadn't gotten OJ off, eventually one of his daughters would have. Darth Maul says recently a man murdered his wife of 40 years by poisoning a glass of orange juice. I guess is not the first time OJ has killed a woman.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Joe Biden donated $1.49. Says, I'm here in our Spanish state. Make sure you listen to my great speech as Governor of America Colonies. I demand you do Dear Bop now. Hail Caroga, number 22. Okay, President Biden, we're going to go right to the Dear Bops. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello today, Bird will pray, Mom will pray, and the sassy Qapla, Robert Rose Jr. Okay. Oh, the foreign object on the drone on Mars looked like a condom. That's interesting. Okay, so let's do Dear Bops. The Random Menace's fun fact. Before filming Star Wars Episode 4, Mark Hamill had not seen any Star Wars movie. Is that right? You don't say. Very interesting. Coincidence or conspiracy? Dear Bob, I do know of someone who's gotten strikes after they deleted a live stream. Look up Camelot 331 on YouTube. He's discussed it in the past. Well, I'm not particularly so interested in looking it up, but I will repeat it so that LDG, if he's listening, can look up Camelot 331 on YouTube. Apparently, he's discussed this. He's discussed it. Dear Bob, I found a book for Nephew O'Prey. Who am I kidding? You will probably take it for yourself. Raise Caroga. And there's a link to this book. Klingon Kids Book. Baby's First Klingon Words. Star Trek Baby's First Klingon Words. Look inside. Goo, baby. Soar, tree. Baham is girl. Quab, face. Gich, nose. Nuj, mouth. Min, eye. Nah, head. Wow, arms, leg. Boy. Klingon. Bat. Honor. Doesn't actually say Batleth. God damn it. Now that is an interesting book. And you're right. I probably would take it. Thank you very much, whoever sent this in. We'll see if Nephew O'Prey likes it. Actual spam. Dear Bop. Link to a picture. Yeah. The image you're requesting does not exist or is no longer available. I don't know what it was, but it's gone now. Dear Bob, Mark Hamill opinions on Ukraine. Click link for poster. Resist.
I gotta say.
So one X-wing
Thank you again.
versus
You too.
all the fucking Star Destroyers in the universe. Well, that might mean something, but in reality, it's like a mosquito on the windshield. Unfortunately, there's no lucky shot to be had on a Star Destroyer, let alone a fleet of Star Destroyers. You can't even do that 1,000,000-to-1 Haldo maneuver. Dear Bob, I am looking for a non-binary geek to hang out with. Do you know of any NB geeks? I enjoy hanging out with others who do not identify as one particular gender and who are fans of pop culture related topics. Do you know of anyone? You know, I do think there's somebody in our community that goes by the very name NB Geek. I never really thought what NB stood for, but it has to be non-binary. And in fact, I think he said on multiple occasions that he grew up around men. So if you get what I'm saying, I think he might be interested. That's NB Geek on YouTube and Twitter. Check him out. Not in that way. Robert Rose Jr. says, who's going to supply Bird of Prey with a proper Klingon bed? Why? What's a Klingon bed? What is it? The only thing I know about Klingon beds is that they're not particularly comfortable. Gary Katzer, aka Rock Solid, says Reliance actual prefix code 16. The Reliance prefix code is 5. No, it's not. The Reliance prefix code is 53180, according to this. Here it comes, Con. Boobies. No. That is not. That is not. That is not the actual prefix code. The prefix code is it's not that. It starts with 16, I'm sure. It starts with 16. Dear Bop, in celebration of OJ Day, here are some website jokes about OJ Simpson. Norm MacDonald, I know. Norm MacDonald has hours and hours of jokes on OJ Simpson. And they're funny too, I admit. I laugh. I laugh. Is the book officially licensed? I'm guessing it has to be, Dan, Ben. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be able to. It's cameras on. It's on. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to publish it.
I know that he closed the door.
Robert Rose says, who's going to play very probably not bad. Dan Bed says, episode 9 of Star Destroyers. In that picture, have a plant destroying cannon underneath the ships as the starfighters destroy the cannon, with the whole ship goes up. Cajun Mel says, thanks, Bird and Chat Peoples. The company helps, and this year has just been rough. I thought the pandemic was rough. Oh, Cajun Mel, I'm glad you're here. Sorry that it's been a rough year. Star Trek Nitpicker says, you mean OJ didn't steal that memorabilia? You mean that memorabilia in Vegas? You know, he might have. He claims it was his own property. He was, quote unquote, stealing back. And unfortunately, listen, I don't shed any tears for what happened in Vegas. He had to have known. He had to have known most people think he's guilty. And while it's unfortunate that, you know, you can't trust you're going to get a fair trial. He had to have known at this point in his life that if he did anything to give anybody even the slightest reason to arrest him again, that there would be hundreds of people ready to take that opportunity. And he was acting like he wasn't, you know, like people forgot about him or something. And that was never, ever going to happen. I wouldn't have convicted him again, because I don't think he was necessarily guilty of what he got convicted of. But I also wouldn't, had I been in his shoes, had I come out of the first trial and found myself not guilty, I would be a frickin', at least within the United States, I would be a goddamn saint. There would be no reason that I would ever need to be arrested again. I would have moved out of the country somewhere else, where I could buy the police. Dear Bops, again, the image is no longer available. Maybe if I turn off the ad blocker. Yeah, no. Let me try it in a different. Oh, Nana Visitor. I love talking to Julian. Okay. So, I don't understand what else there is to it. Except, excuse me. Mama Pray corrected me. Not Nana. Springtime says Bird of Prey, BNN, breaking news. Bird of Prey 5 will be played by Jimmy Stewart via CGI and computers in the Bird of Prey 5 movie. No. Cajun Mel says OJ proves you. No. Mike Richards is Cajun Mel. The online community has helped me get through this year as well. and occasion Mel, I don't mind that you typed it. I'm not going to read that. I don't trust YouTube that much. Random Menace says they did not squeeze OJ enough. Dan Ben says there's an OJ joke in the British TV show Vicar of Dibley. At the end, most of the episodes, the credits, they finished as a joke at the end. Nitpickers says haha to the Random Menace. Casey Mouse is having the rich and certain other people's hating you is a really bad spot to be in. That is for sure. Yet this is, I guess, the funny thing here Dear Bop LDG was referring to. I guess it was funny Dear Bop LDG referring to. Haitian Mouse says, Yitza, I saw old school video about historical films. It was good. And Rock Solid Productions gifted another membership. And Mr. Awesome was gifted the membership. Thank you so much. Cajun Mal says, lol, he didn't read it. I'm sorry, Cajun Mal. There's certain groups of people I don't poke. And I just find my channel lasts longer if I don't mention them. So it is what it is. Thank you again, Rock Solid Productions. Thank you, Mr. Awesome, for watching the channel. Your name I don't remember seeing before, but apparently you must be a lurker. So maybe or one, yes, or one of LDG's multiple accounts. It's possible too. Yitza Lemons says, Cation Mel, thanks. It's great to hear. Hope you find some more of that good. And are good too, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Let's see. Let's open the web browser again. So as you guys know, November 13th is my birthday. So I figured I should look up what holidays are listed for November 13th so I could get ready in time if there was any particularly interesting ones. It's National, now this is November 13th, is National Hug a Musician Day. A lot of work goes into being a musician and not everyone's aware of it. So hug a musician. Now, I don't know if I'd call myself a musician. I mean, I did create the Ode to the Unknown Subscriber. I do a lot of singing, but I don't know. But if you want to hug me, you know, I'll allow it. It's National Papusa Day. Hearing of National Papusa Day for the first time, you're in for a tasty treat. What the hell is that? National Papusa Day. If this is the first time you've heard of National Papusa Day, then on the second Sunday in November, you're in for a tasty treat. National Papusa Day is an El Salvadorian holiday celebrating the papusa, a tortilla-like flatbread with beans, meat, and other deliciousness. It is now the national dish of El Salvador, a far cry from its humble beginnings as a staple in the diet of early Indian tribes. Okay, I know of no place that sells this, but it looks good. But that's not it. November 13th, my birthday, is also World Kindness Day. And I don't know of a better way to celebrate my birthday than at World Kindness Day. Smile at strangers on the bus or compliment your coworker. The day is yours to make delightful. World Kindness Day. And the Random Menace says, you are a musician, composer, producer, singer, artist, and genius. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm also too humble.
There's somebody else who thinks like me.
Oh, it's also November 13th, a day of mourning. Honor those claimed by war and tyranny on this National Day of Mourning. That's very sad, but I'm honored. I don't think I'm the tyrant they mean, but it's International Tongue Twister Day. We're not talking about rolling or curling your taste tester. That's your tongue. But International Tongue Twister. National Indian Pudding Day. You know what? I'm just going to skip that. This one, and it's not funny. It's not funny, but in a different respect, it's hilarious. November 13th, my birthday this year is also known as Orphan Sunday. Take a stand with people around the world as we shower love on orphans. I've got to shower love on orphans this Sunday, November 13th, my birthday. Talk about a Korogan holiday. Orphan Sunday. All the orphans, before they go to the mines, they will be showered with love. Orphan Sunday began in a local church in Zambia, and today churches all over the world celebrate it and campaign for the orphans. The observance also honors tens of thousands of caregivers who assist with the care of these children. And so also, the workers in the mines who teach the orphans how to become miners, they also get our love on Orphan Sunday. It's also Remembrance Sunday, where we celebrate fallen war soldiers and their brave acts, which we will never forget. But also November 13th, Sadie Hawkins Day. Women become the pursuers of their crushes and ask men out for a change. You remember in the 80s when Sadie Hawkins Day was a thing? Now it's just every day is Sadie Hawkins Day, apparently. Either case, I still don't get asked out. But that was always the one dance, right? I mean, we didn't have Sadie Hawkins dances, but on movies and TV shows, that was the one dance a year where the guy didn't have to ask anybody out. The girl was expected to ask the guy out. Why did we stop that? Oh, equality? Didn't do anything for me. Didn't do anything for me. Symphonic Metal Day. Get your gear ready to rock as we get into all things symphonic metal. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, that's Orphan Sunday this November the 13th. We got a few more Dear Bops. Dear Bop, Blue Bricks, a Chinese knockoff of Legos. They make Star Trek ship phasers and a few other things. Here's the link. Blue Bricks. Oh, sweet. Oh, nice. Actually, I think I have. I think I ordered from here once. What do we got? A runabout? That's actually pretty cool. Are we sure these are Legos? Holy shit. That's a giant runabout. I thought this thing was tiny. What the fuck are you even? This is in English, motherfucker. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's the runabout. Yeah, it's here, motherfuckers. All the glory. Oh my God.
And then
Stickers. I don't like shitty stickers. Oh my God, it pops apart. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. If that's the size of a runabout, oh my God, 200 euros. Fuck that. 200 euros. 3,090 pieces. So the Deridex, this is tiny. Fuck. I thought that, why didn't you make the Deridex the 200 euro thing? Miranda, Reliant, $12. Enterprise A, $7. €7.95. That's oh my God, this is such shitty stuff. Come on. Space Dock. Space Dock. You could have made Space Dock 200 euros. A Katinga for 15. The Defiant for 15. A D7 for 35. The Deridex for 30. Holy shit. Deep Space Nine for 200 euros. 200 euros. Deep Space Nine. Oh no! Oh no, look at that bird of prey! Look at that giant bird of prey! Oh my God! Oh no! There's a giant Klingon bird of prey. How much? How much? $100. 100 euros. 100 euros. 1,539 pieces. Oh. Nice. Oh, that's kind of shitty. Yeah. It only looks good from one angle. Don't get me wrong. I might still have to buy this. I might still have to buy this. Thank you. Whoever sent this link, I do appreciate it. I thank you very much. Now I'm gonna, a Klingon knife. Wow. A phaser type 2. Wow. Those are interesting. Enterprise. Oh my God, a $200 original Enterprise, no bloody A, B, C, or D. Wow. Okay. These are some serious models here. Show all. Show all. Currently out of stock. Type 6 shuttlecraft. Cheap Voyager. Enterprise E. Announcement. 500 piece bird of prey. Excelsior. Cardassian. Galler class. Oh my God. A big Defiant. Nice. A 2800 piece Defiant. And Delta Flyer. 2400 piece Voyager. Man, it's just not right though. It just isn't. It's so close. It's so close, but it's just not right. But thank you. Thank you. Dear Bob, one last go. Please don't know why it doesn't show up. The image, it's still there on my page. Nana Visitor. I love talking to Julian. I don't know. I don't know what's up with it besides that, but yes. Dear Bob, greatest president ever. Biden in Puerto Rico. My name's Joe Biden, and I don't want the headline to read, Biden brings storm to Puerto Rico. So I'm going to maybe have to cut this a little short. Okay? Whatever you want to do, Mr. President. Biden in Puerto Rico. New York sent not only a congresswoman, one of the most congresswomen into the Congress, but a state troopers and emergency responders. I think he means we sent all of those people to Puerto Rico. Dear Bop, the Sadie Hawkins dance in memory alpha. The Sadie Hawkins dance was a social gathering held annually at Starfleet Academy. The dance was an Academy tradition. Both Data and Wesley considered the event quite embarrassing for them, as both were unable to dance in their Academy days, though later Data learned to do so. According to the Star Trek Encyclopedia, the Sadie Hawkins dance was an ancient school tradition that dated back to Earth schools of the 1950s. Further, the Star Trek Encyclopedia described the dance as a girls ask boys affair. Wow. How binary of them. How binary of them. Kira's head on Quark's body. Yeah. Okay. So those are our Dear Bops for today. Um, um, Yitza Lemon says, I'm waiting for, oh boy. Yeah, good luck with that, Yitza. Mike Richards says, yes, the God Emperor of Karoga is nothing if not kind. Darth Maul says, the 1/8 Salvadorian side of me feels very represented with this holiday. On Kindness Day, orphans get off work 5 minutes early, says John DeMarco. That's being exceptionally kind. Bird likes orphan Sundays with a cherry on top. The Random Menace is German showers of love. You people are disgusting. Robert Rose Jr. says, we did see in TNG 2-part reunification what a proper Klingon bed is. That's true. That is true. Dan Ben says, the 13th of November in England is Remembrance Sunday. That is true. And there's a minute of silence. That's also for my birthday. No, the Geloja machine did not tip over. Yeah, they're huge. Well, not all of them, some of them. 198 US dollars. Well, the euro and the dollar are about equal right now. Officially licensed. Not in the United States, but possibly in Europe. We all know what Bird wants for his birthday now. Robert Rose Jr. says, I wonder if they have proper license to make Star Trek replicas. I don't care. I don't care. Darth Maul says they are official. Yeah, the Enterprise. It's very hard to make a round disc with square blocks. You know. Anyway. But with that, guys, I do got to get ready. I got physical therapy. I want to eat something and whatnot. So thank you all for coming. Again, I'm going to put up that link one more time for the Jim's Landscaping YouTube channel. Again, Jim is like landscaper, but he's also a Star Trek fan, and he does fan episodes of Star Trek. And this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, please tune in to his channel. One of us in the community, somebody that you know, is going to be there at 9 p.m. on Friday. It's going to be their first time in a Star Trek fan production. They are nervous. They don't want me to use their name, but they would like to have people there that they know to watch them. So please check it out, and maybe I'll see you over there on Friday the 9th. Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern at that link. Thank you all. Hope you all had a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Farewell, Columbus, Ohio, and everyone else. Bye. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.bertopray5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Dear Bop, affiliate links, and all your Berto Pray 5 needs. At the main Berto Pray 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live streams and unlisted videos. YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, Wordle Pray 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. I stream almost every day. This is Wordle Pray 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Karoga.